All right, guys, welcome to TLT, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. I know why. It's just because last week, Hack did not like the fact that we were talking about Arsenal and they still went on to lose. This week, he decided that we should do Man U because he wants to laugh. We will not give him what he wants. Nah. Yeah, but then we'll just go ahead and discuss. We're not talking to you. We're not talking.
We are
to
still
you.
a bigger club.
We're not talking to
Arsenal.
you. I was saying to him that just before we started rolling that
Champions League titles.
The difference between Man U and Arsenal is that Man U. No, not even that. Man U. Every Man U fan, right thinking Man U fan, has mentally checked out of the season and is not expecting anything. And Arsenal is clinging on hope. Hopeful. Yeah, because they had it. They had like 2 games in hand and they were like, what? I think a point, right? Yeah, and then they've choked like Tottenham. So now this season they might be the choking cockerels. Anyways, let's so news this week, right? From all indications, right, is Ten Hag will take over, right? Yep. And then so typically, right, you would expect that the players would audition. They're trying to audition for the new manager, right? You expect that they put in their best performance for, the new guy that's supposed to come, right? But then it doesn't seem like the players are. It feels like the players are like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm ready to go for holiday. Like, before Newcastle, right? When Newcastle was transitioning, right? When they got Potter, right? Those guys were trying to die on the line because they know that next season...
Potter or Eddie Howe?
Eddie Howe, sorry. Next season, right? Because there's now money, right? Yes. Man U players seem like they are spoiled and they feel like they have their place in... So my question now is, let me start with you. Should he come in, right? Mm-hmm. Given the attitude of the players and given how this season has gone, right? Obviously, it's a terrible season. Who should he be bringing and who should he be bringing in?
The entire backline.
Yeah?
The entire backline, including De Gea.
Including De Gea. I feel like De Gea has been the bright spot in that defense. I don't think De Gea should be.
I don't have a problem with
De Gea has pulled in some important performances.
De Gea is an outdated goalkeeper. Even Spain won't field him.
I disagree though.
But look at the facts.
I disagree. No, he doesn't have defense. When you have Maguire and Lindelof in his front,
it's not his reflexes we are trying to celebrate here.
No, but a good keeper needs the cover of his defense.
Go and watch De Gea's last 2-3 seasons. De Gea cannot pass a ball progressively. And look at this is the only play. This is one thing I need you guys to look at. Ederson, Alisson, even Lloris have the ability to play from. You need a goalkeeper who can be a sweeper, can address, can put pinpoint passes to very, very key dangerous areas. Henderson, our backup keeper, can do it. He just has some teething problems, but De Gea cannot do it. I think that's why he's been a good servant despite his.
But who's available to replace De Gea in the market?
I mean, we already have one. We just need a backup.
I don't think Henderson is good enough.
Henderson needs a
De Gea. You cannot. It can't be. It's a no-no for me.
It's the way I see it because we cannot continue to say that we want to play in a particular way and we still rely on.
No. So if I'm agreeing with you with that point, right? I agree with you on that point that we need a playing goalkeeper. However, I don't think Henderson is the solution to that.
And then we get Obla.
Personally, I don't get the obsession with the ball playing goalkeeper. A goalkeeper's primary function is to save balls. And same thing we're talking before we got on air about defenders. There's so much noise about ball playing central defenders, and that's supposed to be one of Maguire's redeeming qualities. I think the primary thing you need from some of your players is for them to do the things they're supposed to do properly.
The basic things first.
Your goalkeeper should be able to save balls. Mm-hmm. I go for people who do the primary things first, especially when it comes to things that involve defense. That's from the defensive midfield down to the goalkeeper. So I agree with binning the entire back line. You bin De Gea if you have an upgrade.
Blaze.
Yep.
Earlier today, right? News was coming in, right, that I think Manchester United revolution begins as is Fabrizio, right? Jim Lawler, right?
And,
has
Marcel
left,
Barth.
right? Yeah, and then they've been there for 16 years. Do you think this is a good thing?
Yes, I think it is because, like I always tell people, we need. So for me, this whole with Ten Hag coming in, if it's possible, just burn everything down to the ground and build it back up. Okay, see, if someone who knows his onions comes in, you don't need three to 4 seasons. From season 2, you can actually see glimpses. I mean, look at Barcelona, for instance. At the beginning of the season, they were in crisis and all of that. Then Xavi came in, a few shaky games, and then in January, he just got a couple of players. But now, with the people he got, he has been able to stabilize the team, and they are actually playing well. Now, of course, they have lost 1 or 2 games
in a row,
but they are playing well. They've been able to cut down the deficit and all of that. So yes, these guys, they've been there for like 16 years, and truthfully, how many guys have those people scouted that came through? You need people. I would prefer European scouts. People that can go to Portugal, all these places, get proper boys that want to play. So I think it's a good.
So you think? So do you
direction.
think that the management, the board is finally listening, or do you think this is?
I don't know. My problem with Man United is that we're very good. Well, we take our time to fire people who need to be fired, but unfortunately, we're not good at recruiting properly. Them going for me is a good thing, but I'm not ecstatic yet. I'm not in celebratory mode yet. I'm just waiting to see the kind of people that they will recruit. I don't know much about scouts, but they are managers with good big reputations, or not managers. What do they call them? Football directors.
Yeah.
Football directors with pedigree in Europe, who we know they have reputation of picking up players, people who have identified the Mbappes, the Marshalls, even though he's not what he used to be. There are people like that in Europe. There are people like that, people that have been identifying some of the top class talents we know now. If we go for those kind of people, sure, I'll celebrate. But if you're sacking Lolo, what's his name?
Lolo.
To bring in Fletcher or to promote Fletcher, that's
a downgrade even. Okay, so
personally,
for
I don't
me,
want
right,
any XP
I have,
there, man.
for some reason, I have a bias with British people back home and all of that. They are always very short-sighted. They don't like looking beyond England, Wales, Ireland, Scotland.
I disagree.
No, and they are
most
obsessed with grass to grace.
I disagree.
Most of them are that way.
Because there's I think we are at risk of ignoring, because we need to understand that United is not Real Madrid.
Definitely.
United is not PSG or Barcelona. We have always been a cultural club. It's not just about playing football. It's about
what's the culture doing for us right now?
Sorry, more importantly, what does that even mean?
What does that
in
mean?
actual
Like,
sense?
we need
when your culture doesn't involve winning,
I don't know, but
Like,
I think we are losing the idea of.
So again,
We are losing the idea of what we are.
This is what I want you to deviate from. This the reason why United keeps going back is this what we are,
What we are.
What are we?
Okay.
The only thing that United was is
It's
a
a
winning
successful
side.
club.
Simple.
And-
There's
and-
nothing like what we are.
No,
What we are
sorry
is
to cut you short,
what we
Teni.
are is
Winning
bringing all
side,
these-
bringing players
Hold
from
on.
the academy.
When you
blah,
define
blah, blah.
when you
No,
define what
definitely,
Man
I know.
United are,
Yes,
you
there's
find out that
nothing like
every
what's
top
culture.
club is like that.
Yes.
Bayern is like that.
Winning.
Madrid
Barcelona
is
is like that.
Juventus is like that.
You can't
Barcelona
tell me that.
Ajax is like
Let me
that.
address
So it's not something that is unique to that should make it acceptable.
What is the culture there?
There's a mistake.
What's culture?
There's a mistake we keep on making. You identify the clubs are synonymous to certain things. Real Madrid spend money, outspend everybody
That's
in
a myth.
Spain. No, that's a
That's a
fact.
myth.
That's
Yeah,
a
but
fact.
I'll give you two reasons why that's a myth.
That's a fact.
Should I give you two reasons why that's a myth? First of all, between 2012 and now, the net spend for top clubs in Europe, Real Madrid is 25th. Man United is number one.
Okay,
hold on. Let me
no,
finish.
no. You see, when
Should
I say
I'll tell you why that
Real
is a myth.
Madrid, no. You see, look, net spend. That's what you're talking. So I understand what net spend is. That is what you are spending and what you are selling.
Yeah.
That's what you
If
now
you can
find.
spend-
What
if
is
you can-
now
if you can
left.
sell
I
more
told
than
you I'll
can
give you
spend,
two
I feel
reasons.
like it's fine, though.
So wait, when I say Real Madrid, I've always been known synonymous. I'm not saying that is what they've been doing consistently. At a point in time, I recognize that they became much more prudent.
Madrid, didn't used to spend as much. Players wanted to play for Madrid. The biggest players wanted to play for Madrid.
I'm sorry.
The biggest players.
Didn't they break the world
the biggest
record in
players
transfer
wanted
fees
to play for
I told you I'll give you
consecutively?
2 reasons. The second
What?
reason is this.
The biggest
in
players
terms
wanted
of
to play
big
for
players
Madrid.
that have come through from the academy,
Yeah.
Real Madrid have more recognized names than Man United.
I'm sorry.
What? No,
I'm sorry.
Before you cut me short, the point I'm trying to make is that you probably associate Real Madrid with spending because Real Madrid, they are known for excellence. So at some point you have to spend a lot of money to get the best, and sometimes the best can come from your academy. Okay. So at the end of the day, what matters to Madrid is that they have good players. And so when you say Man U should not be like that because we're traditional, we are robbing ourselves.
Raul, Morata,
all of a sudden,
Vasquez,
class of 92,
Soldado,
they mean
Class
nothing.
of 92.
Casillas.
That was
I
the
mean
only
92,
people.
class of 92.
Who are
So
they?
since
that time,
Beckham.
after that,
Who are the class of 92?
Right now-
Beckham's, Scholes,
Scholes.
Gary Neville. You might think of Madrid as this club that spends round the clock.
you
round
believe-
the clock, but they also have a very good academy, and they do what they need to do to get the best players to play for their team.
Okay, so why I say people like Fletcher, if you look at Bayern, if you look at Real Madrid, go to the back room, the management level, players still constitute Oliver Kahn is literally the president of Bayern.
Absolutely.
So we should not say, oh, other clubs simply just want to win. They need players and people who know the club inside out.
I agree.
So the culture I want you also to understand is that if you constitute whatever is going on in the background with anybody from Europe, anybody from South America, that sounds fine because their CV is this, their CV is that. But what you begin to lose is that connection to the home base.
What is the culture? What is the culture at Man City?
I know.
Wait, what is the culture at Man City?
Let's not compare Man City.
No. I'm saying
There's no culture at Man City. There's no culture at Man City.
Would you not rather your team right now be playing like Man City?
Teni,
You will not rather. No, this guy is very dishonest.
I
would rather not still play like Man
Teni,
City.
right now, will you pick stability over culture?
Pick one. The culture that's making you know win trophies for how many years?
Is that culture? It's so made up, mythical nonsense.
It's rubbish that we need
I wish I could
to
agree
remove.
with you, but look, it is what Fergie did.
Yeah.
It's part of what Fergie, because let's not forget, Fergie spent how many seasons before he won his first cup?
5.
Yes.
And the reason why they were abiding with him was because they trusted him to do what was
20.
right.
How many years ago? That's a long time
in
ago.
as much
And two, he had the
things have
pedigree
changed.
for you to hold on. If you were
In as
were
much
holding
as-
on
Do
to
you know what he had won at?
understand.
Do you know what he had won at Scotland?
And Aberdeen.
I'm sorry.
Come on, even got to European Cup.
I'm not bringing his South American, Scottish.
But that was success at
I'm
the time
saying,
for
I'm
England.
pointing out that for almost 5 seasons, when Fergie was finishing second, 6th.
Klopp had the same stint. What are we saying
Okay,
here?
when he did all that, the reason why Fergie was, even when they rolled out banner and said you don't know what you are doing, you can't win with kids. Why he stood and was still there strong there was because people like Brian Robs, Bobby Charlton, and we are standing behind him to say, bros, do what you have to do. We are behind you. We know that you know your shit. Continue doing it. If it was some other guy that just look and say, oh, this guy is not winning us anything, you get the sack letter.
Okay, so if it's like that, have Ole your club for 5 years and give him time. Times have changed.
And I'm not. I don't
Times
want
have
to.
changed.
It's like for Teni, Ole should still be in.
Yeah, because from what he's saying, since culture.
Low-key, I wasn't up until that Watford game. I disagree with everybody about the idea of sack Ole. But on that game, when I saw that this guy was starting, Maguire was still starting, and players like Shaw and we are just there hanging around, basically just shitting up and down. I couldn't defend him because my statement was you cannot reward failure. So, whatever everybody was on about, I could not defend it. So yes, sacking him, fine. But I knew it was going to come with a caveat, which was we were going to go through another phase of we need to rebuild, we need to spend money.
Which is nonsense. I don't even want to hear that rebuild.
So,
but that's why everybody's saying.
Do you know the reason
That's
why?
what
Do you know the
everybody's
reason why
saying.
we've been doing?
But we have
The same players that
of
Ole
lack of
used
standards.
Yes.
to get to
Do you know why we've been
second
doing
Europa
rebuild,
League
rebuild?
Cup final.
Because
it's
of
the same
culture.
players that are shit now.
See,
Doesn't
But
let me tell
even
you something.
under him,
See.
before he left, most of them were playing like shit.
Yeah, I feel like United is on this. You know someone that
My
was
problem is
someone that
management.
was great at one point, right?
Yeah.
And time has overwhelmed the person, right? And the person cannot say, okay, you know what? Let me go back down and rebuild and restart again. United is always like, we're here mentally, right, in our mind, but physically we're here. But then you don't want to come down to this point and say, Omo, you know what? Because I would rather all these ones where United always try to solve their problems by bidding for one big player, so that one big player is not going to solve your issue. Because when Klopp entered this thing,
rebuilt, actually.
yeah, they brought in players, sold some players. That's what we're saying.
He did.
But
See,
then
when
they
he
didn't have to
came,
break.
if you
United will
remember-
go and spend 100 million on. United
They're
can go
already
now.
planning it now.
Wait now.
Declarize,
Wait. United can go
Harry Kane.
ahead.
That's another
Wait.
nonsense.
As in,
The 100 million
they will
is not
give you
as
2
if they're buying
seasons
the
and they are
best
going
player.
to
So again, part of these guys that left now. These guys that left, right, that are 16, that were in Man U for 16 years, the scouting
Yeah,
team, right?
yeah.
They were part of the culture, and
I
I'm glad
agree,
they
because
left,
right now I'm meant to
right?
play for-
I've been saying these things. United needs to do away from all these people that were with Fergie back
Same
in the
here.
Fergie was the guy.
here, people that
The
were
reason
in
why
the
United's culture was Fergie's success,
Simple.
right? And then we've not seen a very successful United squad in a long time since Fergie, right? So United needs to remove themselves from that. Oh, we are United. We're not United
But
right
it's
now.
what you guys
So
keep
let me-
on
no,
holding
no,
on.
No, but it's you saying culture.
It's
So
you.
it's
Yeah,
you.
doesn't mean-
No,
culture doesn't
it's you.
mean-
Culture.
culture doesn't mean
No,
that- see, but
right
you see,
now.
that's different. No, you guys are
Right
missing
now,
the point.
football.
When I say culture, you guys are saying you need to win. Culture is adhering to standards and principles that you
What
define your
principle?
club.
Yes,
I like how you said
exactly.
And it has never.
Standard.
Yes, standards, but we are below standard right now.
It's about
67 points.
gradually getting there. You don't dope yourself financially.
Gradually,
to get
how
there.
many years? We've been over
But
10
that's why
years.
everybody
though.
you are comparing yourself is
We've
doing.
been over 10 years.
Listen
Wait,
to me.
wait.
See, but context. We need
When
to
Chelsea,
provide some
when
context
Chelsea,
in
wait,
this.
Chelsea, wait, when Chelsea, Tuchel, when the Tuchel came in, right?
Yeah.
Thank
Yeah, I believe, right?
Perfect
See, wait,
example.
I believe, wait, no, Tuchel, no, Tuchel won the Champions League, and they've been playing consistent football. In as much as this season was not as good for them because
Yeah.
to be honest, they got proper injuries to key players, right, for a good period of time. The game against Madrid is a game where I tweeted some days ago, like back in the day when United lost a Champions League game, right? It was not because the other team outplayed United. It was because maybe things
Oh,
didn't
got
fall
sent
away.
on, yeah.
Something, right? And that's how Chelsea played very good football. United right now will not play what Chelsea did against Real Madrid, right? And then what I'm trying to say is when Tuchel came in, there was instant impact. You can rebuild, right? It can be gradual, but then your gradual
rebuild.
and my gradual. I feel the
not the
gradual.
same thing.
They
Yeah.
did 40.
Your club,
Wait.
your club,
So
the club-
Let him finish. Let him
wait,
finish.
wait.
Teni,
was
let him
relegated.
finish. I want to say something after.
Wait.
I want to build on this point. Let him finish.
So when Klopp was rebuilding, right? In as much as he was rebuilding, right? Under even those times where they were not even winning, right? Things were not this bad. You could see that. Give these guys.
Everybody that watched
everybody
the
was
progress
okay.
knew that with
Knew
a
that there was-
defender
you get-
and a goalkeeper,
you get things
Liverpool
were
will do
popping,
wonders.
like small,
Because they were playing well.
It was gradual, but you could see progress. United, yes, there's decline. Like, have you ever had it this? But like I was saying the other day, right? There's never been a time. Me and I don't have been watching United games for like years. There's never been a time United will play Liverpool, and both of us are not interested in watching it.
When Barcelona won the treble in 2009, Papa Flo came back, Florentino Perez. He didn't start all this grass to grace. He went straight to the point and did what he had to do. They were not expected to win the. Let me finish. They were not expected to win the league, but they finished closer to. I will tell you. I know you want to hear the money. I'll mention it. Don't worry. They finished closer to Barcelona than in previous years. They finished with 91 points. Now that's something you can believe in. That's something you can call a rebuild. And that's something that you can actually have faith that with a little bit more time, these guys would do what they have to do. And of course, like you wanted to hear, they signed quality players. They signed 4 players that season. Cristiano.
Teni.
No, let me finish. I like his point. They signed Cristiano, 80 million.
Kaka.
That was what 80 million could get you back then. The world best player in the world. Kaka, Benzema,
Kaka before Ronaldo.
they all came in the same window.
Yeah, but
Benzema.
Kaka was the record. Ronaldo broke it.
Yes, Benzema, and then I've forgotten the 4th guy. and they sold Robin. But they did what they needed to do. Let me finish. Man United, the Maria came before. But Man United, when it was time for us to, first of all, we signed Maguire. Hold on, let me finish now.
The mistake we keep on making is that we leave Edward out of the equation.
No, that's
It's
come
still part
on.
of
It's
what-
part
it's-
of it
it's
now.
part of what
That's
we're
what we're
talking
saying.
about.
Management.
Because it's part of the system.
Part of what we're talking
Management.
about.
Because
Because
Management.
because
it's
why?
always
How is it that Benfica and Porto usually
churn out the best
the best talents
in the
in the
world.
world,
clubs.
and then Manchester United, you tell yourself that you
See,
have a proper academy.
Charles said something
What are we
that
saying
success
here?
is
A
success
proper
is the way.
scouting system for
First of all, you
students.
succeed and build your PR.
Academy wide.
But what Man U is doing now is we're starting with the PR.
Yeah, but,
Yeah.
but,
That's the most lucrative.
but right now we don't need.
Look, so as a fan, is that money entering your pocket? I need to see fucking trophies.
Exactly.
I need to see for a fan needs to see fucking
You people-
trophies.
you people talk
I did
about
not buy
Benfica.
jersey
I'm
last
pointing
season.
out to you that we're still
And this is how Leeds
It
started.
doesn't matter.
This
But
is how
even
Leeds
if- but
started.
even the Benfica
Yes,
and
now this is
Porto,
how Leeds started.
Not all
Leeds
their
was
players
at the
come
top.
from their academy. They go to Brazil. They go to Uruguay.
What?
They go to
Xabi
different
Alonso.
places and get all
I don't understand how you have a scouting system and players like Luis Diaz
We don't
are
have a
slipping
scouting
through your
system anymore.
through your
Exactly
through your
no system.
fingers.
Wait, guys,
So
wait, hold
let's
up.
move these people
Okay, so Blaze, so
Yeah.
I just saw a stat yesterday. Guys, 30 games, right?
Yep.
Yeah. And Maguire's highest rated points, right? 6.9 out of 30 games. His lowest 3.3. How do you get 3.3?
That's bad.
As a Manchester United player.
Even a Manchester United
that is
defender and
abysmal.
captain,
And captain
in
of
your
the
prime.
squad.
Nah,
I don't
it
know.
is abysmal.
I can't even.
Like, why-
I'm not even near.
why- why is that guy
should
in the
not
squad?
be starting any games?
See, even Johnny Evans will not get.
Johnny
those-
Evans
will not get those
Are
numbers.
you forgetting
What are
that
you
Johnny
saying?
Evans actually became a better defender
Yes.
than he was?
Brown,
Yeah, I
West
know
Brown
now. I
played
know.
better.
That's what I'm saying.
West Brown
Johnny
gave
Evans
the
will not give you
assist
those points.
for Ronaldo in the Champions League final 2019.
Nah.
What is? You know, you cannot really point to
And I
one
think
thing.
they
Maguire is good
set up Mark. I think he's just good aerially.
No,
but the core things a defender should have, and he's
Yes.
always made that mistake
But
from
even the
beginning.
aerially, you see games, short people are bullying.
They are
Maguire.
bullying him.
He
He's always
cannot
out of
score.
position.
He
He's
cannot
always-
score.
That's the
Come on
point.
now.
He has no special awareness.
Did you watch that Leicester game?
He has no, as in he has no composure. He's always lost, and then before you know, he's pulling his own
The only,
player
the
down.
only thing
guys,
I can't blame
I get
Maguire
this.
for is his price tag.
Yes.
That's
Yeah.
the only thing I can't
Yeah.
blame.
And that was,
It's not on
so
him.
again, so that was based on United trying to
Wanting-
buy,
Agreeing,
having a
because
British
at the time,
call.
Yeah.
we wanted to solve a problem. So instead of going to, if you had a proper
We
scout,
threw money at
like,
it.
can you believe that Maguire is more expensive than Cancelo? It's more expensive than Diaz, than Laporte?
Wan-Bissaka too.
Yeah.
Like, how is that possible in any sane world?
You know-
United always wants to solve problems
It
by
pains
buying
me.
big names
And
because at
you
the
know
time,
about-
at
It
the
pains
and then
time-
they will now
If
pay
United
them.
wanted to spend 80 million, could have just bought Koulibaly.
yeah,
That's
and it
one.
was available.
And
But
two,
he's
talking
not
about
English.
solving problems.
Koulibaly is
Because
not English.
That's the
That-
problem.
that was the problem.
England is
Teni-
so we need
he's
to
not
remove
English.
ourselves from
As
this.
far as
I didn't
Bailey,
understand that.
as far as Bailey and
It was a
Lindelof were,
cultural thing. That's
central defense
It's
was
not
not
even
our
because
biggest
you want to say,
problem.
oh, we want somebody.
No, but you know, England always the big
want a
clubs always
British
want a British captain. The
Yeah.
reason
Yeah.
why Henderson is captain in this thing is because it's England.
And you know,
It's,
Maguire is not
British.
actually captain material, but
He's
because
not.
of that,
There's no reason why Maguire should be captain in that squad.
That was the poor decision.
Like, how as a defender do you have 3.3 in a game?
Nah, that's abysmal.
Like your highest is 6.9.
6.9,
but I still want us to address it here, man.
So wait, guys,
He's
let's-
better than what they have.
Wait, just one sec. So should Ten Hag come in, right?
yeah.
Would you sell Ronaldo? Would you let Ronaldo go if you're trying to start from a crash? Or would
Okay,
you-
so-
because at the beginning of the season, when people were saying Ronaldo was the problem, now I was here saying United cannot get a goal without Ronaldo. In as much as
Facts.
there's a lot of players that I would rather, before Ronaldo, if Ronaldo is to leave, I would rather Rashford, Martial, those guys should get out.
All the
Ronaldo, I mean
players
Ronaldo is
except
37, right? And he has scored 20 goals. Where's Rashford's
21,
goals?
actually.
Where's Rashford's goals? Where's like, I mean, even before Greenwood did what Greenwood did, he became very selfish.
That one
Like
is-
he wasn't even no. So
Hero
there was,
football.
so the only person scoring goals is Ronaldo. So I mean, personally, even if you're going to rebuild, I feel like Ronaldo will be very good for any young
Absolutely.
talents
So
that
see,
you will
for me,
have.
for right now, with the kind of rebuild we want to do, we will spend a lot of money.
Ralph Nick yesterday was saying that
Pogba is
about
leaving for
7
free.
players would come
Pogba
in.
is leaving for free.
Lingard
We're not making
possibly.
money. Lingard for free. Matic is leaving for free. So we have a couple of players that are leaving for free. We will not get any money
Mata should
in.
get out.
Mata
Joe
should
get
leave.
out.
But that creates
Hold on,
a
let me-
very,
No, but
very big space for salaries.
Yeah.
Yes.
No. So again,
But-
this is my problem with United, right? If there was sentiment aside, and you're not going to panic buy, there's because if you look at yesterday, we're checking wages,
me,
right?
yeah.
10
The
out
top
of
10, we have 5.
5. There's no reason why. If you look at Man City, there's Diaz is not on that list. The players that have been performing, Cancelo is not on that list. But they got those players because those players, when you are scouting a player from Benfica, from those places, those guys they want to come to the big leagues, right? So at the moment, they're not looking for that huge amount of money. You don't need to go and look for the Haaland. If United had the money to 500, I don't think you should pay for Haaland. I think you should go and look for. Me personally, I just checked yesterday, right? And Osimhen is 23. If you had a proper scouting team,
Yeah.
well, yeah, I agree with him. If you had a proper scouting team, right? Yeah, you will go into those players. When Asavenga and Co went to get all those Yaya Toure, Kolo Toure, Ebue, all those guys, right? Ebue and Kolo Toure, all those guys. Those are players that you went to plot from somewhere that really want to play in the big. If you go and find the big guys, right? They would not. You can't even condition the big guys to play. If they say they don't want to play. They don't want. Like
I don't mind the big guys.
What's the name of that guy that plays in
Ambitious
Barcelona
big
It's like
every day? Is
it's
it,
like United use-
Pedri.
It's like
Like,
United.
imagine
watch
you scouted
or
that
they
kind of
read
guy.
about football.
Yeah.
And the players that they see there is who they want to see.
Exactly.
Then see again, I have a
United-
problem with
I feel like
United
United-
signing
they use-
players.
I think we deviated from the question.
FIFA. They use FIFA.
So see,
Football manager. What?
no.
Yeah, about selling
Okay,
Ronaldo.
so
Please,
for me,
yeah,
I think we have more important areas to address right now than selling Ronaldo.
yeah, but we need a backup striker, right?
Yes, we do.
Everybody, all
But
that
see,
front line too.
for now, we do not have a defensive midfielder.
Which has been the most important signing
For the past
we
5
have
years.
missed, or 10 since Fergie left.
So
Eriksen
who would you
is
bring
gone.
in? Would you pay 80 million for Rice?
No.
Am I crazy?
So who would you bring in if you're not bringing in Rice?
See, again, United have this problem. We got Sancho, and straight off, without him proving himself, we're paying Sancho 375.
Yeah.
It makes no sense.
That is
There's,
salary.
yes,
Yeah.
it's
It's not my
75
money,
a week.
but come
There
on.
is no other football
How will you
club.
offload that guy?
There is no other football club that will get someone that
Brand
has.
Marshall became
Yes,
shit.
now.
Which other club would be paying him 250?
See, you get that kind of player, you starting with like 200. Then over like 2 or
That
3
200 is
seasons.
too much.
No, I'm even saying
Being conservative.
because it's English and all. Then when he proves himself, increase. When he comes to negotiate, not start with 375. De Bruyne aside with 150.
Let me give you guys a top 10 of the highest paid players in the Premiership, right? And let just so you can tell me if they're worth it, right? So number 10, Partey, 250. Yeah, 250 a week.
Arsenal have
Yeah,
250.
yeah. So Paul Pogba, 290. Does anybody think Pogba is worth
I
290 a
mean,
week?
it's Pogba
Yeah?
now. Yeah, that's a fair.
Do you think
that's-
it's what?
That's
Blaze, are you listening?
Yeah, Pogba.
Yeah, 290.
It's fair.
290
Okay.
is fair.
Kante, 290.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah. Raheem Sterling, 300. Is he worth it?
No.
Is he worth it?
Sterling.
Yeah.
300.
I mean, yeah.
I mean, like 2 seasons ago, he was what?
Exactly. That's what he was.
He was
what
on
it
fire.
was.
Okay. Okay,
Yeah.
guys,
Guys,
let's go.
scoring 25 goals
Jack
does not really
Grealish,
work.
300.
No. No.
Oh, oh.
Guys, next, number 5, Varane, 340.
No.
No, I never see him.
Jadon Sancho, 350.
No.
De Gea, 375.
Oh,
Ronaldo, 385.
Well, I mean, he came on the
it's
free anyway,
Ronaldo.
so yeah.
It's Ronaldo.
And De Bruyne, 385.
I mean,
Yeah.
you can't.
I'm sorry, to add to Teni's answer, I personally will keep Ronaldo too.
I'll keep Ronaldo.
I don't.
As far as the
I
centre
don't have
forward
any-
is concerned, Ronaldo is still number 1 in off the ball movement. I think he's still the best attacker in the air. He has the best right foot in the game till today. And he still has the hunger and desire to win things. The way I see Ronaldo, he's targeting 1,000 goals.
But
But the only thing is that I'll get a backup striker.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
who in the market would you use as a back? Because right now,
Somebody
if you come to
young.
play for Man U,
Somebody
right?
young.
If you come to play for
Oh,
Man
like
U,
Nunez.
right?
I've been hearing that name, but I've not seen him play, so I don't know.
Nunez,
Darwin
the
Nunez.
Benfica guy.
It will be too expensive.
They have slapped 65 million on him
But
already.
you wouldn't want to buy someone for 65. Come and be
So
on
who
the
are we
bench.
who are we going
Yeah.
to get?
Okay, so ideally, right? If you're to, given that we're saying we're phasing out all these players, right? And then, so would you rather go for a club like 4-3-3 or go for Man City's 4-5-1? If you want Ten Hag to come in
Yeah.
and play,
I like
and play
4-3-3.
explosive
I
football.
mean, preference is not. I don't know.
And I think a 4-5-1, 4-3-3.
because that's the
Yeah,
one,
you
that's
can
what,
switch
That's what the
depending
one
on
is
who
playing
you are
right
playing.
now.
What does
Yeah.
Ten Hag play at Ajax? That's where that's.
He
4-3-3.
does
But it
4-3-3.
depends on what's available with him.
But you know,
because
the
can
problem
you
with
play
4-3-3 is
without
that
a
the
proper-
midfield combination determines a lot of things.
Yep.
I can't think of any DM right now, but I'll get a good DM. And if it's possible, get that Atletico boy.
We need two midfielders.
Rodrigo, I've forgotten his
We
name.
need two midfielders.
Which Rodrigo?
DePaul.
Okay.
That guy.
He's a very good.
I heard he's good,
He's a very good 8.
but do you know how much they would probably sell him?
Well.
Atletico Madrid.
Okay, guys. So let's talk about. Okay, I think let's do this with the remaining two guys. So let's have a switch. No, why? Let's bring in Edward and Oduba. No, Ebuka, you can wait. So, Edward.